Hello, this is SnipingIsFun, and I'm bringing you my Christmas video game reviews. Now, these reviews are being recorded about 2 days before Christmas, Wednesday night, Thursday morning or so. But these will be my Christmas video game reviews because I don't know if I'll have time to do them or if would feel like doing it tomorrow night before Christmas and all that. Basically, this will be my first ever, pretty much kind of like dual review, first review, head to head, whatever you want to call it. I really don't want to name any of those things because there are a lot of game reviewers out there on the internet and whatnot that actually use those terms for these kind of reviews. So until I can think of a name, I'll just basically do it like this. And the two games chosen: Super Mario Bros. 2 American version and Super Mario Bros. 2 the Japanese version, also known as Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. Now, basically, the reason why there's two different versions of the same game is because when Nintendo originally made Super Mario Bros. 2, basically Nintendo of America, from what I read about it on the internet and everything, they didn't want that game to be released in America because of two reasons: the fact that it was too hard, and the fact that they didn't want a game that was too similar to the original. Which, in my opinion, those are two stupid reasons, anyways. But at least this game's been released to America because of the Super Mario All-Stars on the SNES and the Virtual Console Japanese import. Um, basically, they basically took a game called Doki Doki Panic for the American version, edited it up to make it more Mario-esque, and released it to America for that. And for a game that didn't start off as a Mario game at all, it actually is fun actually. It's not better than Super Mario Brothers like 1 or 3, but it actually, turned out to be a fun game. A fun game and all that, And I don't know really much what else I could say about it. It's just that they're both fun actually. They're both different versions of they're both Super Mario Brothers 2, and the American version of Super Mario Bros. 2 was brought out in America. And I brought Japan, I'm sorry, as Super Mario Bros. USA, from what I've read. So basically, they have our version of the game as well, and we have their version. Basically, onto the gameplay. Basically, Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels, as known to America, the Japanese version of Super Mario Bros. 2, basically is Super Mario Bros. 1, just harder and slightly changed up levels. Still the same kind of story to it, Bowser capturing Peach and all that, the princess, pretty much. And basically the gameplay to the American version, which is basically from Doki Doki Panic, you basically pick up items like leaves and all that and throw them at your enemies. You can't just jump on them. And basically it's I don't know. There's basically just a different, slightly changed up gameplay. It's basically from that game where you can't just stop on your enemies. You have to, and it's basically the first game ever in Mario series, basically taken out from this game, that it has a heart system and everything. Basically, the graphics, the presentation, Super Mario Brothers: The Lost Levels, or number 2 in Japan, basically is the exact same. Maybe it's improved upon from the original Super Mario Brothers, and basically the American version is basically just Doki Doki Panic, just changed up to look like a Mario game actually. And basically it's just slightly updated. They changed the style of it to make it more Mario, and I think they upgraded the graphics a little bit. I really don't know, but basically they both have different styles. The sound, basically, both of them have Mario themes. They added Mario songs to the American version, to Doki Doki Panic, basically when they edited it to make it Mario and everything. And basically there's Mario sounds in the Lost Levels as well. So basically there's not really much I can go on with those two actually. And basically the story of the Japanese version of the Lost Levels version basically is the same old, Bowser captures Peach, captures Princess Toadstool, captures the princess, whatever you want to call her, and basically Mario goes through the levels to save her again. And basically, that's been used in almost every single Mario game since the series started. And by now, I think that by now Princess Peach should actually be able to, take care of herself, to protect herself now. But guess not if she keeps getting captured by Bowser and all that. That's another story. That'll be another video in the future. I'll talk about something like that. And basically, Mario Brothers 2, the American version, basically, from what I've read, it takes place in Mario's dreams, and there's a guy, a frog, evil frog, king, prince, something like that, that named Wart, that is the villain in this game. So basically, it's not Bowser, and basically, in this dream, Mario, Toad, Luigi, and Peach, or Princess, she's just called Princess in this game, so she's not really called Peach at the time this game was released or anything. Go and try to stop him. So basically, it's different than the normal Mario game out there you'd see in every other game. That is, out there in the series and all that. But basically, they both have totally different styles basically two different types of stories. One has the generic, normal Mario story. One has something totally different. And basically, when it comes to Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels, I'd say it was an okay story. Basically, the fact that they went off something different, they actually took the story from Doki Doki Panic, and modified it to fit in the Mario. The fact that they supposedly made it a dream, so it didn't really, it didn't really fit in Mario's storyline. I don't think it should though. If they made the Mario game, it should fit in the Mario storyline anyways. But I actually think it does, but I don't know for sure if they really count it or not. It's an okay story. It's different. We need different storylines, different stories to like Mario. It can't be the same old all the time, for crying out loud. I know that's like, the tried and true, like the style that they use for Mario games. Mario saves the princess from Bowser. But I think every now and then, they have to change that. It gets a little boring after a while. It gets a little annoying after a while to have that happen all the time. But what can you do? It has an original concept, although it is, technically not a real Mario game, but the way they edited it and all that, I'd say, even though it started off with the fact that it wasn't a Mario game, the way that they edited it and stuff like that, from what I've heard, it's a real Mario game. And, it's fun. I don't think it's the best Mario game of all time, but it's fun. And basically on to the Japanese version, the Lost Levels. Basically, it's basically the same type of game. It's the same Mario type of gameplay basically a lot of people grown up and played. It's just harder, and it basically has the same type of story we've all seen from the series anyways. So pretty much it's basically Mario 1, just basically on steroids and all that. Just basically it's way harder actually, but it does, unlike the original, allow you to start over from the level you lost on. In the original, you automatically, when you lost all your lives, you have to start over from the way beginning. This game, I think, allows you to actually start from the level you died at, from the world you died at. I think from the first level in the world you died at. So basically, to give them a score, Super Mario Brothers 2 American version, I give the gameplay an 8.5 out of 10, the graphics presentation of the game a 9 out of 10, the sound of the game a 9 out of 10, and the story of the game an 8 out of 10. So basically it gets about, I think, an 8.6 or something like that. Basically, around an 8.6 or so average. So basically, rounded up to about a 9. And basically I give Super Mario Brothers 2 The Lost Levels the gameplay a 9 out of 10, the presentation, the graphics of the game an 8.5 out of 10, the sound of the game a 9 out of 10, and the story of the game an 8.5 out of 10. So basically that comes around to be about 8.7, so about 0.1, a little bit better than the American version. But they're basically about the same, because that game gets rounded up to about 9 too. So basically it's about a 9 out of 10 versus a 9 out of 10. They're basically about, the same type of, I'd say they're rounded up. I think the Japanese version was a little bit better, but they're both about the same. And if you're a Mario fan, I recommend you download both of them. See you guys later.